This is the instructional video for how to operate this acoustic device. There are 5 different sections on how to operate this device. The first section is the tuning operator. The tuning operator will operate these pegs down here as well as read this area up here. In order to read this area up here, be sure to look perpendicular to the glass, making sure that this line, any one of these lines, is exactly going in between where the hook meets the string. And at that point, that tells you that it is at that point. In order to move the strings and change the tensioning, twist the knob clockwise or counterclockwise, which will change the tension on the string. This is the spring box. In here, there are 7 different lines indicating 7 different tension settings for the 4 different guitar strings. The first line indicates the lowest tension setting, which for line 1 is 4.28 pounds. Line 2 is 5.48 pounds. Line 3 is 6.68 pounds. Line 4 is 7.88 pounds. Line 5 is 9.08 pounds. Line 6 is 10.28 pounds. And line 7, your final line, is 11.48 pounds. We would not like for you to exceed the 7th line, for if you do, there's a chance of damaging the springs or the guitar wires.
The second job is to be the slide operator. After the tuning operator has set each tuning knob to the appropriate tension based on the springs, they will take the slider and at all times when using the slider, have 2 points of contact on each side to move it properly. If you don't, it'll turn a little bit and you won't get a good reading. To do this, you use your 2 fingers on each side and slide it to the first point for the test, which is at 6 inches. To read this, you need to use the front part of the slider, which should be facing the tuning knobs, because you want to pluck, once it comes time for the plucking operator, you want to be able to pluck inside of the slider and the bridge. So the first point, and you look here down at the ruler on the bottom to ensure that the front edge is lined up with 6 inches, as you can see. After 6 inches, the second test point is at 5 inches, which is right there, as you can see. And finally, the last testing spot is at 3 inches. After each of these tests have been concluded, and after your frequency and data collection have done their jobs, you can evaluate the sheets. Once the tuning operator and the slider operator have completed their task, and the tuning knobs are in the proper position to where there's enough tension, and the slider is in the proper position that is set for the worksheet, you should take the pluck and pluck each string in between the slider and the bridge so that you know you're plucking in the proper position, and you should continue to pluck until the sensor operator has gotten a good reading.
All right, job number 4 is the sensor operator. The sensor operator is in control of the iPad. The application they're going to load is the Frequency Meter Pro app, which is right there. It probably won't be there on yours, but it'll be somewhere, and it looks like that. All right, this is your basic layout screen of the Frequency Meter Pro. It starts out like this. It has 3 zeros, and you don't really know what you're doing. So hit play to start your frequency detection. All right, and now you can see as I talk, those lines actually start appearing and you start getting frequencies. All right, now the plucker is gonna pluck the string, and your job is to get that frequency that you keep seeing pop up for a little bit of time and tell your data collector what that number is. So right now, I would be reading a 301.46, and that's the one that I would be telling my data collector. So with the pick, it's actually a lot cleaner. All right, so we're reading 301.46.
Alright, these are the instructions for the teacher. What you want to do is you want to get your iPad
you want to put in your password, whatever it is at the school. You're going to flip through your applications and you're going to find FM Pro, that app right there. It looks like a little sensor doohickey. Press it and it's going to come on as this format, 0.00 detected frequency. It's not playing or anything. For these labs, you're going to want to set your filter, which are these two little lines here. I'm going to set your filter at 100 and 700. And that is a filter to block out any, see, that would be fine right there. 105, 669. Somewhere around those numbers is okay. But you're blocking out extra background noise and everything like that. That's what that's for. I wouldn't bother with these two. You can play around with it, but I would leave it on OSC, which is that, leave that darkened, and then put it on range, not noise. And then when you want the sensor operator to start getting data, hit the play button, and then you can see as I talk, it picks up a lot of frequencies. The microphone on these, I think, are on the bottom, so try to hold it at the bottom. Alright, another thing for the teacher are these instructions. You have 3 of these. There's one for the length lab, tension lab, and one for the diameter lab. These are color coded. What I suggest you do is buy a pack of stickers that are these colors, and when you have the different students come up, put a sticker on their shirt or whatever so you can identify these people, so you can talk to them as you go. So slide operator is orange, yellow, green, everything like that. We also made it easy for you to easily place your students. That is pink. This is where the string strummer will stand. Orange is the slide operator. It'll be either side, just moving the slide. Yellow is the tuning knob operator. It should be on this end. And then over here is the sensor operator. Now, we don't have a red sticker on there. The data recorder will have the data sheet, the worksheets. All right, operator number 5 is going to be the data recorder. You're going to be in charge of these data sheets that you see right here. And what's going to happen is once everybody's set up, the plucker will pluck the string. The sensor operator will read the frequency and call it out to you.
344.53.
And then you will come over here to your data sheet and find 344.73, and the length was 8 inches, as indicated by the slide on the ruler right there. All right, you should be getting that information from your slider.